It was in the latter part of the 1800s that Captain Lorenzo Baker transported the first tourists to Jamaica. And by 1940, the island boasted its first 400-room hotel, the Titchfield Hotel in Portland. Today, Jamaica has moved beyond firsts in the tourism industry. Hello, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Let's journey together through this episode of Jamaica Magazine. First stop, the Tourism Enhancement Fund and the steps they're taking to ensure the viability of the tourism product, and the Petrojam Graduate Internship Program, positioned to enhance the service capacity and employability of our youth in various sectors. And later, what is your role in the service-oriented tourism sector? Stay tuned for all this and so much more.
If you're gonna take it to the limit, don't fake it, just make it the best and life can be.
Are you 35, live in Jamaica, made a worthwhile contribution to the development of your community or parish? You're eligible for the Governor General's Achievement Award. There is also an award for persons 18 to 24 years with high levels of academic achievement. And if you're 24 to 35 years, you could qualify for the Governor General's Award of Excellence.
It's not based on your personal success. It's based on your outreach, doing something to help other people.
For full details of the criteria, application form and supporting documents, visit kingshouse.gov.jm or call 927-6424. Drop off documents at King's House, Hope Road, Kingston 6, or give them to the Justice of the Peace or Custos in your parish. Application deadline May 30, 2014. The Governor General's Achievement Awards Program, recognizing excellence since 1991.
Nobody can tell you what tomorrow brings.
Good day, I'm Samantha Allen and this is your GIS News for Wednesday, May 28. Cruise passenger arrivals to Jamaica are projected to increase to a record 1.4 million this year. January to April has already shown growth of 3.6%, representing an improvement from a decline of 4.2% last year.
We expect cruise arrivals to continue to escalate with the arrival of the largest of Disney ships, the Fantasy. This, in addition to the MSC Divina, will be calling throughout the summer.
While making his sectoral presentation Tuesday, the tourism minister said another 3 cruise ships will be home porting in Montego Bay by December. Minister McNeil said home porting would create more opportunities for local businesses, as the ships would require produce as well as goods and services that can be bought locally. Commercial jet ski operators at the UDC Beach in Oteria St. Anne will be able to resume operations as of Monday. However, the suspension on jet ski operations introduced earlier this year will remain in place for all other areas.
The Marine Police has indicated that they are sufficiently resourced with vessels and personnel to ably enforce regulations in the bay upon resumption of commercial activities.
Regulations regarding the use of jet skis and other personal watercraft (PWC) were imposed following 3 collisions involving the water sport equipment between last August and January. Minister McNeil says a PWC task force was established and it has been working to determine the parameters under which the activity can continue. The task force issued an advertisement asking operators to get registered. Up to the cutoff date of May 21, 100 operators had done so. Government is exploring several options to put an end to night noise. Entertainment State Minister Damian Crawford says measures must balance the rights of all stakeholders.
I don't believe that it is correct that the person who works from 9 to 5 disadvantage the person who works from 5 to 9. We want a methodology that both the 9 to 5 and the 5 to 9 can coexist. And the cultural disposition to say that they're idling is not true. The person who's the promoter is not idling. The person who is at the bar isn't idling. The person who is running the taxi, the person who is at the security is not idling.
Speaking recently on GIS TV's Issues and Answers, Mr. Crawford said the recently established entertainment registry and the implementation of entertainment zones were part of the solution. With the registry now in operation, persons can complain to the Entertainment Ministry if a promoter extends an event beyond the stipulated lock-off time frame. Frequent complaints against a promoter may lead to the revocation of that promoter's entertainment license. $38.6 million has been spent to give West Rural St. Andrew children a new early childhood institution. The Eric Malcolm Basic School was built by the Jamaica Social Investment Fund with $35.3 million in funding from the Caribbean Development Bank and $3.3 million from residents. Education Minister Reverend Ronald Thwaite says the institution should uplift the community.
Minister of Education then commends these uplifts for you, in the sure and certain knowledge that we are uplifting both the families and the aspirations of the little children, and also for the future of Jamaica to reach our 2030 plans.
The Office of the Prime Minister recently facilitated training to help household workers raise the standard of their service and ability to advance professionally. The training was done by the Management Institute for National Development MIND in collaboration with the Bureau of Women's Affairs and UN Women. 30 household workers got training in negotiation skills, leadership development, presentation and public speaking, and project proposal writing.
You will need these skills if you are to more effectively negotiate improved working conditions, increased access to resources, and improved professional standards.
And finally, entrepreneurs involved in betting and gaming are being urged to take advantage of the sector and use the opportunity to promote growth in the economy. The call came from Chairman of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission, BGLC, Gary Peart, at a recent JIS think tank session.
We feel that this is an expanding industry in an economy that is being challenged in a lot of other areas. The more companies that spring up, is the greater the revenue, which will be the greater the revenue for the Consol Fund, and it redounds to the benefit of every single Jamaican.
Mr. Peart is encouraging entrepreneurs to participate in the BGLC's inaugural summit on Thursday, May 29 at the Jamaica Conference Center. The summit, which is free of cost to stakeholders and the public, will run from 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. and will highlight additional opportunities in the gaming industry. The summit will also focus on compliance with the Proceeds of Crime Act, the Responsible Gaming and Voluntary Self-Exclusion Program, casino gaming, the future of horse racing, sports betting, and mobile betting. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Samantha Allen. Thanks for watching.
Commuters, travel the route to excellence. Get your new JUTC Smarter Card today. It's not only safer, it'll also have you boarding faster and get you on your way quicker. Cards are available at JUTC sales offices, the JUTC Lay-by in St. Catherine, the JUTC Halfway Tree Transport Center, and the East Parade office in Kingston. Print and collect your own ticket. Find the value in the JUTC Smarter Card. It's the smart way to go.
To achieve its objective of maximum participation towards the development of the tourism sector, the Tourism Enhancement Fund is building multi-agency relationships. Through this approach, the agency will be realizing strategic priority number 1, fiscal prudence and pursuit of a credible macroeconomic program.
Government continues to pursue fiscal prudence and a credible macroeconomic program as it works to keep Jamaica on a growth path. The Tourism Enhancement Fund, TEF, is supporting this strategic priority. By teaming up with the UDC, Port Authority and NEPA, TEF plans to improve the tourism product while being financially responsible. The TEF is an agency of the Ministry of Tourism and Entertainment. With funding received through a tax placed on inbound travel fees of non-Jamaican visitors, the fund spends approximately $2 billion annually on projects to improve the tourism product. The sum could be much more for the 2014-2015 financial year. But the TEF's creative plan to partner with other government agencies is allowing it to do more and bigger projects for the same amount of money.
We have started to use government's capacity so that we can have a type of joint up government and less wastage in terms of government and how we do business.
A major project being undertaken by the TEF this fiscal year is Phase 1B of the redevelopment of the Ocho-Rios cruise ship pier. To complete this project on time and within budget, the fund is partnering with the Urban Development Corporation, the UDC. The UDC is the design consultant on the project, which will be a scenic vista for incoming guests when it's completed. The corporation is providing its on-staff architects and engineers, saving the TEF from having to pay the more expensive commercial rates charged by private contractors.
We have gone significantly to UDC for a couple of major projects. They have done our design work, Port Royal, Ocho-Rios. They are doing some work on Falmouth.
Another government entity, the Port Authority of Jamaica, is both serving as project manager and helping to finance the Ocho-Rios cruise ship pier development, saving the fund from having to put the project on hold due to expensive private project management costs. In carrying out its environmental sustainability programs for this period, the TEF is working with the National Environment and Planning Agency NEPA instead of bringing on board additional employees or consultants.
We've always worked with NEPA, but in small ways. Finally, we have just gotten together and said, let us look at what we can do together to make things better in terms of the environment. In this year, we have come up with a brilliant idea of a partnership with NEPA on several issues: air quality, carrying capacity, protection of some wildlife species, and trying to assist them to set up sanctuaries.
The board of some 11 members who manage the Tourism Enhancement Fund is mindful of the country's financial constraints and the government's economic reform program. Also aware of the fact that the tourism product must be enhanced during this financial year, the fund found a way to get the job done by partnering with 3 government entities that offer products and services that the fund mainly needs to transform the sector.
Torian. I am Dominic. And I'm Shimani. This child month, hug your children. Make them feel good about themselves. And keep watching Jamaica Magazine.
The Petrojam Graduate Internship Program provides tertiary graduates with the opportunity to build their employability skills while providing valuable service. Let's review the achievements of the program.
It's all too often that we hear of recent graduates seeking employment only to be rejected because of their inexperience. Well, thanks to the ingenuity of one company, that trend is spiraling downwards. Last year, Petrojam opened its doors and gave 10 recent university graduates the opportunity to intern for 1 year with pay at the state-owned oil refinery. The 10 interns were chosen from a pool of over 80 applicants after a thorough interview process. The aim of the graduate internship program was to create an opportunity for graduates who have just completed their studies to gain practical experience in their field of study that will increase their employability while creating a talent pool for future recruitment purposes. The inaugural program, which began in January 2013 and was launched in February, received high praises from State Minister with responsibility for Science, Technology, Energy and Mining, the Honorable Julian Robinson.
I think it's an excellent initiative by Petrojam. I think it benefits both Petrojam and the graduates. It gives the graduates a bridge between what they would have learned academically at school and moving into the world of work.
Hopefully we will end up getting a couple of interns who can become permanent employees based on performance. I am convinced you guys, the interns, will get tremendous benefit out of this. Petrojam as well, but Jamaica as a whole.
It was out of the classrooms and into the field for these interns who were placed in several departments in the company. Blending in with the Petrojam family was the easy part, but it was settling into their roles with the sometimes long hours and heavy workload that was the arduous task. However, undaunted, the interns stuck to the mission and were rewarded with the sweet results of their hard labor.
The experience here at Petrojam has been great. I could have never assumed that it would have been this fulfilling.
The interns were also able to hone their philanthropic skills and give back to the community. They took part in Petrojam's annual health fair held on the grounds of the refinery for residents of Greenwich Town and its environs.
Being here at Petrojam, you adapt to the culture of service, of volunteering, of the spirit of community. So, it was just natural for me. I couldn't let this opportunity pass.
Before the year's experience was over and the graduates ready to venture into the world of work, Petrojam added the finishing touches. This through an intense but fun 2-day workshop on resume writing, interviewing skills, teamwork, and other business ethics. The graduate internship program ended in December 2013 with a closing ceremony. There, the interns were lauded for their excellent performance and encouraged to live purposeful lives.
Your natural tendencies, inclinations are signs of the things that you need to pursue to fulfill the gifts and the talents and the purpose that God has put you on this planet.
We are really very proud of our interns. We are proud of how they approach the job. We had 10 with us and all 10 did very well right across the organization.
And of the 10 interns, 4 made the transition to become permanent employees at the organization. Additionally, another 3 have been hired on contract.
And it feels really good to be officially a part of this Petrojam family where it's already feeling at home.
A new batch of interns, 4 more than last year, have started their year-long journey at the oil refinery with high hopes of making their mark at Petrojam and in the society. Petrojam wishes them all the best as they strive for excellence and hone skills in their respective fields.
My encouragement to the new interns and to other recent graduates, make the most of every opportunity. And to those who are still seeking employment, keep sending out the applications, keep searching, and even if you end up in a role that isn't completely in line with your course of study, still make the most of the opportunity. It can help you in the future.
To the management of Petrojam Limited, we are indeed indebted to you for giving us the opportunity to gain 1 full year of practical experience and to truly unearth our true potential and allowing us to shine.
Petrojam is committed to nation building seen through this and other initiatives. To learn more about the company's outreach, visit their website, petrojam.com. Petrojam, serving Jamaica's energy needs.
Is your silence worth the life of a child? Report child abuse. Call the Office of the Children's Registry at 1-888-PROTECT. Be the change. Speak out. Protect our children.
There are over 32,000 children living with disabilities in Jamaica. We are representative of that group. Parents, teachers, society take responsibility in helping, protecting, and ensuring full and equal enjoyment for all human rights. I have a right to express myself and give my opinion on an equal basis as others. I have a right to be independent. I should be provided with the opportunity for community services. My physical and mental integrity should be respected. I should be protected both
inside and outside the home from all forms of exploitation, violence, and abuse. While we may be different in innumerable ways, we are similar in the things that matters most. Do not allow our differences to separate us or dictate how we are to be treated.
There'll be a better tomorrow. 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 There'll be a day. There'll be a way. There'll come a time to sing a brand new song. There'll be a better tomorrow.
The tourism sector is the largest income-earning service sector. The continued growth of the industry is dependent on the input of all stakeholders, including the ordinary Jamaican. Let's find out how you can get involved.
Sun, sea and sand, heritage and culture, including food, music, dance, sports and fashion, all play equal roles in making brand Jamaica unique. But underlying all these are the people, those who ensure that with all the natural talent that abounds here, visitors keep coming. Tourism is one of the biggest foreign exchange earners for Jamaica, and it has the potential to grow even more if we as individuals take greater ownership and contribute to the sector. One of the most common ways to get involved in selling our brand to the rest of the world is through direct involvement in tourism. You can make your mark in any of a number of service industries like the culinary arts, health and wellness, performing arts, housekeeping, nature and others. Okay, think about it. Who wants to buy a product that's not even attractive to the seller? Selling brand Jamaica is not just about flashy ad campaigns. Partaking in the local offerings is actually an excellent way to market its bounties. And fortunately for us, almost anything you can find in another destination, Jamaica has it too, and much more. So not only will you be satisfying your taste for a delightful vacation, you will also be contributing to the development of the sector and, by extension, the country. Tourism doesn't exist as an entity to itself. Its effect can be felt on other areas, and tourism is likewise influenced by a growing number of sectors. Chief among them is manufacturing and farming. So if you're into farming, food processing, craft making, furniture making, or other like industries, now is a good time to think about enhancing your product and marketing them to hotels. Developing communities, developing individuals, allowing growth both in the economy and in the lives of individuals. Jamaica is known best for its warm climate, its beaches, scenery, and natural environment. And it's up to all of us to ensure that we take care of it. How? By adopting environmentally friendly practices in our everyday lives. No littering, cutting down of trees, or burning rubbish are common ways we can preserve our natural environment, ensuring it remains aesthetically appealing. Jamaica, a brand standing out among many. Keeping the product relevant and interesting is not just a job for high-profile tourism stakeholders. Each of us must become trailblazers and protectors of what we have. Getting involved in selling our community to tourists is one way of doing that, giving visitors a chance to experience a different side of Jamaica other than that which is packaged in the hotel setting. Whether you contribute through a specialist area or just as an ordinary Jamaican citizen, there is a role for you in ensuring Jamaica remains a prime tourism enclave. Let's all play our part in keeping alive the theme, once you go, you know.
The logistics hub is not a physical space, it's a concept.
And that is one of the most important facts to know about government's proposed logistics hub for Jamaica. It's not about any single space, but rather the relationship among a range of goods and service providers and the infrastructure connecting them. Fact is, it's the interconnectivity among various industries that will transform the country into the fourth major node in the global logistics chain. So what of the Goat Islands, that area located in the Portland Bight protected area?
Goat Island, if it happens, is not the logistic hub. It will be an important element of the logistics hub.
China Harbour Engineering Company, CHEC, is proposing to establish a transshipment port on parts of the island.
But for that decision to be made, that's a whole of country decision, not just a cabinet.
In fact, it will take a national effort to transform Jamaica into a global logistics hub. But government has to take the lead on implementing certain critical elements. Our road network must be linked and upgraded to accommodate easy travel of goods and people across the country. The port should be expanded to allow access to the biggest ships, and holding areas will be needed for dry goods such as cereals, wheat and grains, which will be offloaded in Jamaica to be shipped to other countries. If we examine the operations of the other three superpowers in the global logistics chain, Singapore, Rotterdam and Dubai, it's clear we must also establish special economic zones. These countries have provided employment for thousands of their citizens through this venture, and the Jamaican government is looking to emulate their success.
These special economic zones will cluster large transnational companies engaged in a variety of logistics activities, warehousing and manufacturing logistics that add value to semi-finished or intermediate goods that are destined for global markets. As many as 16 SEZs are contemplated to be spread across the country, connected with each other, linked with the port community system, and connected to the world. We see the SEZs as facilitating new and innovative commercial ventures for the MSME sector, opening up significant opportunities for job creation and allowing our firms to link into global trading platforms.
A few other facts to consider. The Jamaica Logistics Hub seeks to take advantage of the imminent widening of the Panama Canal, scheduled for practical completion in April 2016. 90% of the world's trade is done by ships, and the expanded canal will bring more and larger ships through the region. The Jamaica Logistics Hub has the potential to catalyze several export-driven manufacturing and service industries. A website has been mounted to provide information about the Logistics Hub initiative. To find out more, click on jamaicalogisticshub.com.
Visit our Facebook page or send us a tweet on how you think we can enhance service delivery to the disabled community. Stay up to date through our website and YouTube channel. I'm Adrian Atkinson on behalf of the entire JIS production team. Thank you for traveling with me through this episode of Jamaica Magazine.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.